Welcome to my video. Today it's the first video of my prototype of all food in Create Mod and Farmer's Delight and Create Bitterballen. Hope you enjoy. So here is the creative world I've been working on with all the different machines required to make every different food. Because as you can see in Create Food, there's a bunch of different items. Like there's a lots and lots of everything. So, yes. So there's no point in just making a machine for every single different food. So all the machines have to work with all the recipes like that. So first, we're going to look at the farms. All the food production is made of simple, basic farms like this, with carrots, potatoes, beetroot, sweet berries, like literally everything. And then here's the cocoa bean farm. Really simple one, really. And they get all sent into a simple storage somewhere here. Yep. As you can see, it's really simple, easy design. Anyone can build it really. And then we move over to here. Uh, give me, that's quite loud, so let me just turn off creatures. Yes. So we've got an egg farm here with a bunch of chickens. Basic chicken farm. This is basically all Java here. And then a sheep farm for mutton, I think. And you just feed it wheats, and then the babies get blown into here, and then lava gets blown in here and kills them. Well, of course, nothing's on right now. And then got here carrots for pigs and for pork. Easy farm, really. Just replace the lava with a fireplace. Then a rabbit farm. Feed a carrot as well. Like literally, really similar to the pig farm. Now, the fish farm is quite hard. It's really hard because all the designs I've seen use a pressure plate, and since fishing produces XP, it's really hard to do. So, this is the best design I've come up with, which you just place fishing rods in here, and then the fishing rods get deployed, and any fish get released into here. Now, this farm I'm quite proud of. This is a cow and milk farm, which works really, really well. So as you can see here, there's two cow chambers, one here and one here, and we get dispensed into here, which breeds the cows. The baby cows get blown left and right from these fans here. I haven't quite hooked it up yet, but the fans get blown left and right, so the babies fall into here. And then once they grow up, the fireplace kills them. As you can, and then all the uh steak comes down here and gets dispensed. Now over here, since cows also produce milk, buckets get dispensed into here, into the deployer. The deployer milks the cows and gets dispensed into here in the fluid drain into this big item, a fluid tank, which then produces a lot of milk. And here's my simple honey farm with like beehives, a bunch of pumps and everything. Gets and the honey just gets pumped into here. It's a really simple farm, basically Java, but just in fluid form. And just to remind you, all the schematics are free on my Patreon. But so far, these are all prototypes and it could be changed. So in this world, it is quite packed with farms and everything. Like here. Now, first, I thought to make all the liquids like with a specific mixer, with just the recipe in here, and it just converts. But as I made the machines, it looks like it was going to be a really really big build, and some of these recipes were quite simple, so I didn't see a point. So I started it off here with like this condensed milk fluid. I can't remember, sugar and milk here heated up, and then it gets pumped into here. And this just for condensed milk, which is, let's see, condensed milk, which is only used for 34 recipes really. So, there's no point doing that. And if I wanted more buckets, I would have to make this machine maybe like 10 times. And it'll take forever. So here is it looks like a normal tree farm because it is. So a lot of recipes need apples, and there's no good way of getting apples without a tree farm. So let me just activate this and show you. Yeah. Oh, did it crash? Oh, they're spinning the wrong way. Guys, so if you give it a sec, everything should start harvesting. It's spinning the wrong direction again. Does it make a difference? One sec. Let's try that. Yep. So this farm at least works, which is just a normal tree farm, as you can see. It's basically this design for trees. So yeah, I'm gonna turn this off before it creates a bigger lag spike again. And then this is like all the design iteration here. And first, I'll be talking about the double mixer liquid, which is one of the first things I did. Sorry, first I'll be talking about the liquid converter and one bucket mixer since it's a lot simpler. It's one of the simpler machines, and this might look complicated, but it's actually really simple. So I think I changed the design for this, really. So let's ignore the piston so far, but all the other parts are the same. So first, the buckets enter through a package. Packages are going to be a lifesaver here, and then for the liquid to go back into the system, you must enter a bucket in, and it gets transferred into this conveyor belt here, and up the conveyor belt here. It'll be easier with power, I think. Yeah. So the bucket goes in here and then goes up here. Each section has two mixes, so to save space and stuff. So how it works is how I wanted it to work. What was I supposed to say? The smart server detects buckets getting drained here, which pulse extender up here with resin torch, powering this clutch, which then closes this fluid valve, so none of the before liquid that gets processed into here. And then afterwards, it gets mixed with a mixer. I think it was what do you call it? Heavy cream. It's a recipe, for example. Yeah, you just heat up milk and stuff. So in here, and then after 5 seconds, the heavy cream or the processed liquid gets into here, and then gets processed into this. I'm quite proud of this design. It's quite compact, liquid filler and emptier. So what do you call it? The bucket enters in here, and then the fluid gets pumped from this pipe into the spout, and then pumps into this bucket. The hopper picks it up, and then it gets packaged out again. And now the other one is if you want to put liquid in here for some reason, I don't know why, you just send a package here, it gets unpackaged, the fluid gets drained here, and then the bucket returns into here, which then gets processed back out. Let's see, anything else? Oh yeah, I may as well talk about this design, but it was changed anyway. So I didn't want the system to clog up and make any unwanted liquids. So after this detects liquid getting sent, uh the repeater gets powered here. This is Java Redstone here, and then it powers unpowers this gear shift, which uh makes this piston retract this frog port, and then this frog port's no longer connected to this packager, so it can't receive packages. So this is quite complicated, and after experiments, it didn't work that well. So yeah. Now here is the double mixer liquid. These purple pillars signify to me and help me to remind me that these are the finished prototype, and if there's anything that needs changing, I need to remove these purple pillars because then everything gets complicated. As you can see, the beer will get everywhere. So what does double mixer liquid mean? So it's different to the liquid converter because you can actually add items into here, in, into this mixer instead of just having buckets like here. Yeah, because you can only insert buckets in here, and sometimes you want to add other stuff. So here. Now, you might ask, why not just use this design and not use the liquid converter? Well, I honestly don't know. This I don't since I actually don't know still. But oh well. So this works quite similar to that machine right there. So the packages arrive via conveyor belt. It's very important. This arrives via conveyor belts. Yep, into here, and then the smart observer observes the chute, activates the piston, and then makes sure that no other packages gets received and unpackaged via this pulse extender. And then the package gets received, unpackaged, and all the outputs get into here. Now, what do you call it? Now, and then the items get dispensed into here, and then what do you call it? And then let me just get this rubbish out, and then into the space in here. Now, this this is the important thing. There must be a liquid in here for the machine for the machines to work because what do you call it? Or else the liquid will just go out. Well, now thinking about I don't have to do this because if it's just solids entering here, solids can enter out anyway because solids can't enter out anyway because it's not liquid. So once it gets converted, it gets sucked out in here, and then same machine again, bucket out in here, spouts liquid, extra buckets, and then same entry system. And then if you want to put buckets in here, the buckets in here cannot be used in this machine, by the way. That's the same for the liquid converter. And then now this is actually quite a simple machine, fluid fluid valve and everything, buckets. And now for the other mixer, the red zone's half different from above. So the smart observer gets detected here, down here, observer, sensor signal, pulse extender, and up here. It's basically this, just what do you call it, high level of this, so I can stack this again and again and again. Now here's the double mixer solid. It's like the double mixer liquid, but instead of what do you call it? A liquid being outputted, it's the output is a what do you call it? A solid, which like bar of white chocolate here. So I can't remember how I did this. Oh yeah, there's no need a timer for the one down here because the basin has a nice feature, a really nice feature that outputs items out that only the processed items, and then up here is quite similar sheets configuration, which we call it, which makes sure uh that locks this chute if it gets entered, and these two mixes are independent of each other, so the items can't mix. But now this is a really simple design. I tried to overcomplicate it here with mechanical arms and everything, timing them with cogs and clutches and everything. But uh then I realized that items drop out by itself via the basin like here. And yeah, these are the three main mixers in my machine. Now here's a specific mixer. For some recipes, it's just impossible for it to work. So, this is one design that fits all. So you could use this design if you wanted to for like one liquid. For example, I don't know, heavy cream. Yeah, you just output the bucket in here, it gets pumped, and then oh, I need a wrench here. This orientated wrong, and then what do you call it? Only spec and then you have to put the liquid you want here in here, and then yeah, the bucket you can output a bucket here, gets sent, and then gets dropped out here. Or you could this also works with items, and then the items get dispensed out here through these hoppers into here. So it's like all of those machines, but you have to program it with a specific liquid. For example, I can put a milk bucket and the normal buckets. So oh, I need to power this as well. Uh, conveyor belt other way. Anything else? Nope. So one bucket here, and then a milk gets the bucket gets sent out there. Whoops, I forgot to program it. As I was saying, heavy cream. You want the output here. Yeah, you don't want to make the same mistake as me. And then the output there and here. And then let's try this again. So milk bucket, and then a bucket, the bucket, and then it gets mixed, and then it gets dispensed here, and get dispensed out. Really simple, really quick machine. So yeah, following on, here's the presser. This is like any other press you would expect. You just get the items, it presses it, and then dispenses it out right here. I used the tunnel just to make it a bit quicker. You can expand this design however wide you want it, really. But I think three is basically enough of how you need it. And then here is the 10x crafter, which is like just 10 auto crafters altogether. And then if I think this is all hooked up, I'm not very sure. Yeah, it is. So you receive the items here, uh, and then it gets repackaged and it gets sent out here into these 10 crafters, which then craft the stuff into here, and then what do you call it? And then gets all the items get outputted here, and then there's a timer here that's sends items every 20 seconds, as you can see. Now here, I forgot to put purple wool and everything, but this is the auto smoker, which with some items it's just impossible to use a fan and fireplace to smelt. So you just put the food in here, and then these packages request lava buckets, which gets put in these smokers. And the best thing about this is that lava buckets don't get dispensed out here. The brass funnels don't even need a filter. You just the other bucket, as soon as it gets used, the empty buckets gets dispensed out here, and only the output gets dispensed for not here, not this item here. So yeah, this is a really simple auto smelter with a simple conveyor belt split, and yeah, it's basically a Java one. And then now let's see over here. For Crate Bitterballen, this is a mechanical fryer, which is just very simple. You enter the item through here, it gets split, and it gets inputs here, gets fried with a frying oil input, and then all the items get dispensed out here. Now, here is an automatic ice maker for like ice cream or something. Ice cream. Let's see, ice cream bucket. Where is it? It's like for ice cream. You need like ice and then you need ice, blue ice and stuff like that. So yeah, this is actually quite a fast machine. I can boot it. I think it's all hooked up. So all you really do is, as you can see, the snow golems produce snow constantly, and then uh, what do you call it? And then the presses gets pressed, and then the ice gets pressed out here into this packager. Really simple machine. And then let's see. Here is the automatic cheese ripener. Yeah, again from Create Bitterballen, which is just it's really simple. That the you input unripe cheese, and then you choose what type of cheese you want it here, and you put it in here, and then the smart observer detects it, stops the clutch and mines it, and outputs the item into chutes. Really simple machine. I just haven't implemented it yet. And then here is the thing I've been working on for the past day or so, which is basically it's basically a mixer, except it's a press instead. It's like all that machine. That's like the double mixer liquid and double mixer solid. It's quite big for just two mixers here, and I was thinking there's surely better design than this. So this is prototypes, as I said. So right here. I've been working on like different designs and stuff, making sure it's tileable and everything. But I'm not gonna say about it too much. I'm gonna save a surprise for next video. Now in the factory world, where all the machines actually work, so it's really simple. So there's a couple of machines that's not my creative testing world. the other one at least. So this one's exactly like a presser, but instead of a press and uh, everything, you just get a mechanical saw which slices items, as you can see, cutter here, and then here's the auto smoker, and then here is the automatic cooking pots. I think I have a schematics are all going to be on my Patreon, all three. So so you input the items into the cooking pot in here, and then what do you call it? You have to input the bucket as well, and then solid or liquid, or and then the fluid with the bucket in the buckets or the solid gets dispensed out here, and then output it here, and it gets converted back to the conveyor belts. Automatic crusher there, really simple crushing wheel, normal crate mod. And then anything else about this machine? Yeah, the port extenders are really precise because you don't want additional items clogging up in here because the cooking pot is annoying to work with as soon as it's jammed. So yeah, this is the cooking pots. Now, finally, in this video, I just wanted to show you this item vault, and then I'll just quickly run through all the farms back there and here. So yeah, this is where all the items get processed. Here with these factory gauges with like everything. As you can see, it's really big. I haven't automated every item so far, but yeah, and then this is my to-do list and everything. And then it's important that you don't use a lever in these packages, which send out items a lot, because this gets jammed. You would need like a million frog ports for this to work. So the items get outputted here, really simple machine, and it gets dispensed out here. Uh, and then I haven't hooked it up yet, but if you wanted to get items from here, you can of course just request it and it gets sent out here. And then let's see, let's quickly run through all the farms: egg farm, chicken farm, sheep farm, pork, rabbit, fish. Why is there's a package in here? Yep, and then cow and milk farm. What's this? Cow and milk farm here. Honey farm, sugarcane farm. I forgot to mention the sugarcane farm. It's basically these farms here, just a bit higher with more harvesters and everything. And yeah, this gets dispensed up here, gets processed and gets sent to the system. And the rice farm, like this again, with and then just a simple harvester. Cocoa bean farm, all the food farms, melon and pumpkin farm, and then liquid converter here, all working in glory. As you can see, it's very tileable. I have 5 machines here. Yeah, 5 machines, and then this gets inputted here. This double mixer liquid here. 1, 2, 3. Another 5 machines here, all tileable. As you can see again. And then I got a bin here, so it doesn't clog up my storage, and this is my double mixer solid, which are most of the items in crate food in the mod. So I have like I think I have 8 here. Yeah, eight mixes, and then at the end of each conveyor belt, I have a frog port that sends items packages back if this all overloads. There's 16 mixes that overload, and then this is a bunch of specific mixes, just in case, you never know how annoying mods can be. And to make this hideable, I just put copper casing in them individually, and I think this is going to be in the schematic in my Patreon, as I said. And then cooking pots. Oh, I jammed this. Whoops. I jammed that. And then... Oh yeah, because I haven't put lava buckets in. Whoops. And then... Yes, crusher, slicer. I And then let's see anything else. The crafter, presser, and yeah, that's about it. So for all of this, can you guess how many stress units I use? Well, let's see then. At 256 RPM, I need goggles. This uses a whopping like 200,000, isn't it? Around 200,000 stress units for all of this. This is powered from just one creative motor, so you would need a steam engine. I think I'm going to create my own design, which works really well. That uses probably blaze cakes to make it a bit easier. And yeah, Hope you enjoy my video. Have a great day and come back next time.